Bring it back.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ostriv. I'm Evo Loz, and this is episode 6. So, if you remember last time, we were starting to starve, or had been starving for a while, and we are now just starting to hit spring. We are completely out of fish. There's no resources left at that market stall, and we have 0.2 beef in reserve. That is all there is left. So I'm hoping that just as we hit the end of February, the river is going to open up again to fishing, and that is going to save us. But it's all going to be a bit of a tight couple of moments as we find out. I'm just noticing there's a bit of a wealth divide between some of these people. These people are exceptionally poor. Probably because both people are unemployed. They have 1.79 wealth. Wow, they're just no money at all. Whereas these people are 84 wealth are quite the... oh, that's because his father is the mayor. That helps. And the wife's got a job also. So let's see, as the snow begins to melt away, you know, very nice. It's a pretty beautiful melting pattern there. As it gradually clears, we should hopefully be coming round to season soon. As we hit March, any second now. March, please fish. Okay, fishing is back available, so with all possible haste, all fishermen need to hit there. You've got a spare job there, so we'll assign a worker back to the boat building. We want to get 3 people fishing. The women are out with the plough. Let's hire a 3rd woman, since there's people looking for a job. And let's get to farming. The remaining cattle, of which there aren't very many, are out in the field. And they're ploughing away. Well, that's a nice little animation, isn't it? That is quite satisfying to watch. Although with only 1 plough, we could probably do with a 2nd plough, really. Still, so the farming is underway. Fish is being produced again, and the 3rd boat, sorry, is under construction, which is now available. So we'll assign another person to the fishery. It looks like we're not making quite so much of a loss economically this year as well. Yeah, our salary is sort of being met by local sales largely, which is good. So we've now got a 3rd fisherman, so we are now going to smash even the fishing, which is good. The woman has nearly finished ploughing this field. She's done an exceptional job. Hopefully she's now we've got someone's hopefully going to lay seeds. Ploughing, they're sowing hopefully. Oh, everyone's contributing to the sowing effort. Oh, all the labourers are being brought in to help sow. So the, what is it, a potato field? Yes. Once that's sown, they can then start working ploughing on either the other potato field, which is even bigger, or the wheat field. I don't know how long, whether they've got sort of March, April, whether they've got a couple of months to plough reasonably. Let's cancel that person's job there. How much thatch do we have left? You see, we've still got a full thing of thatch because we've not actually used any thatch yet. So there seems little point in re-employing someone back to the thatchery. It's just a wage that I do not need. There's still 2 people working at the forestry. I'm going to keep them there for now. And hopefully we're starting to get more fish becoming back available again on the stall soon. Now we've got 3 people fishing. All the fish is just going immediately out to the market stalls to probably immediately be, and it's already been reserved by people to buy it. Yes. So they're now starting ploughing on the next field. The potatoes are growing, which is excellent. Things are starting to look up. We have survived the winter. It did get a little bit close there one time, and the cow population did take a little bit of a hit in the process. We can cancel this person working at the slaughterhouse since he's now got nothing to do. Let's have a look if we've got anything else we need to build. So after the windmill, we shall have wheat. The potatoes should just be harvested normally and not need a building. So it should all be fine. We can probably now finish off our wooden bridge. with any spare workers and start to look at building our second farm. Probably won't get our sunflowers put in this term. Where's this one going to work? We'll probably set this farm out here, like that. How are we getting on with this bridge? Surely it must be nearly finished by now. Okay, pause construction on the bridge. Everyone go to the farm. We're going to get this farm up, and this is probably going to be our sunflower farm. So we're going to have 4 largish fields. We'll try and plant 2 of them this year if we can. And then that's the plough done there. Excellent. This is going to try and be sort of our economic fields, where we're going to try and trade this sunflower. We're going to mill it for oil and try and trade that oil to keep our economy going. Because now we've got the 2 fields for producing food. Our potatoes are growing. So this is our wheat field, and then we've got another potato field if they get a chance to do it in time. So they're sowing, and the person started ploughing the 3rd field. The family is out of food. Are they out of food because there's no food, or are they out of food because... Yeah, they're out of food because there's no food. They're also running out of food probably because they've got no money. Is it this family that's really poor? Yeah. At least the mother has got a job on the farm, even if it's just temporary work. People are fishing flat out. I'm glad I built that 3rd boat. I think that's pretty important. Times are still going to be pretty hard because even fishing flat out, it doesn't seem like we're able to get an excess of fish. So it's still going to be pretty hard until the next harvest. So we're going to have a pretty hard summer as well, to be honest. Even with the people working flat out, which is unfortunate. We could conceivably build a 2nd fishery is an option, but probably not of great benefit yet. So we've got people working. He should now be employed because if his father is working on the construction site. That's what I was thinking. No reason for him not to be in help building. They've got 2 children. Family is out of food. Yeah, sorry family, nothing else I can do. Well, I thought I was safe and clear from the old food crisis, but it turns out I may have been wrong. Not as much fish available as I thought. Potatoes are growing, but they're going to be quite a long time before they're actually finished. So we maybe need to look at establishing a 3rd fishery. Yeah, definitely. A 3rd fishery or even a 2nd fishery. So let's have a look at placing another fishing dock. There's no point cutting down all the trees to do that. So we'll have it over this side on the other side of my bridge. And then we'll start working on some more boats. So those 2 are just finishing planting this 3rd field, which is excellent. I can then probably afford to scrap some of the salaries. Yeah, local sales are getting pretty low. Okay, so we're into April. They're still sowing. Yeah, I'm a bit worried it's going to take too long to get this fishery up and running. I don't think we're ever going to be able to get ahead of this food problem, even with 3 fishermen working full time. Just going to take too long. Yeah. Okay. Well, nothing we can do. The farm construction is starting to pick up pace, which is nice, which is what we want. Going to have to do a bit of a clay to do the rest of the bit. Once that's built, obviously we'll set our sunflowers out. I think once all these potatoes grow and everything, this is going to give us ample food, I would expect. Although obviously I don't know. I can't say I can see any signs of... Oh no, can I see a few little bits of potatoes starting to push through here? Yes, I can. A few little bits of potatoes starting to grow. It's still going to be a hungry summer before we hit the sort of a harvest period. Around must be what, sort of August time. How's the farm doing? Yeah, still waiting for workers to finish it off. Currently got labourers all collecting clay for the farm walls, which is obviously good. My bridge is nearly over at the other side, but still got a way to go. And there's one man working on constructing the fishing dock, which is also good, which is what we want to see. Oh, the wheat is starting to grow very vigorously, which is nice. I guess wheat grows quicker than potatoes. Didn't know that. There we go. So the fishing docks are still coming on. They're putting all the pillars out into the water soon. The main foundation of the main building. Excellent. If we get that up and running and then we maybe get 4 or 5 people fishing, that should be enough to keep a good supply of food in the local market. Because none of the tables are able to keep any sort of supplies going. There's 1.1 fish stored there. Something I'm glad to see the wheat field is growing. I'm not sure if this game has anything like crop failures or anything like that. Hopefully not, because otherwise that will be a nightmare. But we shall see. So, a bit more clay there onto the site. Make sure I've not got any excessively employed people. I can probably now get rid of a woman because it's just costing me more in upkeep, which I don't need. I'm going to keep the 2 people running for the cattle. It's also worth noting, have people started harvesting hay dryers again? Yes, they have. Let's construct a few more. Now, what does it fall under? Production? Yes, hay dryers. So I'll have a couple more hay dryers just round the back here. Production, hay dryer. Like so. At least that can be harvested then when it's finished. It's just a pretty much a short-term job, but if it keeps the hay barracks well stored. I know we now only have 2 cows and the plough, so it's not really that much to feed, but it doesn't seem to require much resources to actually collect the hay, so we may as well do so. Potatoes are starting to come through now well, and the wheat is growing well. Both the farm and the docks are coming along. Are our fishing supplies looking any better? No. If we didn't have this farm growing now, then we really would be doomed for next winter, because the fishermen aren't even keeping ahead, so as soon as it freezes everyone really would starve now. But thankfully we just seem to have just about scraped by the skin of our teeth. It's a pretty close one. But now we're up and running. We've got the hay drying well. Yep. Seem to be a bit short on workers at the moment. Quite a few open vacancies and not a lot being filled. I'm not quite sure where everyone is working. Quite a few people have left because of the hunger probably. Yes, they have. Okay, so this is a bit of a problem. Quite a few vacant positions, so there's now not enough workers. So we're going to have to prioritise workers on what we have got available. I guess with less people to feed, the fishermen should start to get ahead hopefully, and then we can start to get the people back. So yes, it's generally the poor houses where people have left. The mayor and everything have stayed. The blacksmith has stayed, but you can probably lose your job because you're not doing anything useful. Don't need the carpentry. 2 workers still there. 2 workers still at the farm. No one at the slaughterhouse. No one at the mill yet. So that's fine. Yes, we are now short on labourers because of the amount of people that have left because of the food problem. But I'm hoping we can now start to get ahead of the food problem because we've got less people to actually feed. But even with all the fishermen out, it's still pretty tough. So we're back down basically to our base population. It's just all the new migrants who have since left. But growing is going well. Our potatoes are growing, our wheat is growing. So we should be okay once we hit winter again. It's just, can we survive this period of famine? And obviously the shortage in labourers is meaning that there's a lot of open vacancies and nowhere near enough people to fill them. Okay, all work is done, nothing to do, so we're going to cancel one of the workers at the forestry since he's going spare. looking good. Hopefully, construction, yeah, we've got a labourer still working at the fishing docks. He's got to go collect some more wood, which he's then got there. Look. We're going to take his cart back now, I suspect. They've got the thatchery, they're taking thatch over to the farm over here. This farm is not going to get up and running in time, nowhere near. But at least it will then be ready to run next year. The wheat's starting to look good, pleased with that. Still quite a long time before we get around to harvest period though. The dryers need to be emptied really, but I guess there's no spare women available to do that. One woman looking for a job. I think someone will come and clear these dryers and get the hay stored for winter. Those are both back up to 10. Something has been finished, the farm has been finished, excellent. So let's add a field. Which way do we want the entrance to be? Probably on this side. We'll put the gate in line with... Oh. Okay, cancel that. Put the gate that way. This is going to be sunflower, which is obviously quite an intensive farming product. We'll activate it, and sowing season is over. Okay, let's just deactivate it. So we can worry about this farm later on. Too late to get any sunflowers produced this year, but at least we've got some food produced. Let's have a look at the food situation. Are we getting on top of the fish? Not really. Even despite all this, we're still really struggling to keep on top of the food problem. So let's order a boat. I don't think we have any spare workers, that's the problem. 9 men, 9 women still. Someone must have had a child. There's still open vacancies. So long as people keep fishing, that's the main task that needs doing. People are probably still being used as labourers, just to move things around, like collect things from the carts and stuff to take to the market stalls. Which is meaning that we're not got any spare worker to work. Oh, there we go. Someone is now collecting wood. I think I might just for... Is there a shortage of firewood? No, there's a fair amount of firewood. Is this man able to do anything? Let's cancel him at the forestry. We'll have no one at the forestry for now. Just for the short term, so we can get this boat built and get a 4th fisherman out and running. They've collected a good amount of hay, that's excellent, so we'll definitely have enough hay now to survive the winter. Obviously we've got plenty of wells dotted around the village to keep everyone watered. The forestry has started to clear a fair old chunk of this forest down around the outside of the village. Our wheat is starting to look meaty. Well, the potatoes are growing pretty well. They've not got too much longer to go. They've had a bit of a growth spurt by the looks of it. That boat is finished and about to be delivered, so we're going to assign a worker here and let the 4th fisherman commence, I guess. We'll now cancel this man here. Firewood. I guess firewood's not going to be used again until winter, so probably not really a problem. We may as well actually, sorry to mess that man around, reorder another 2 boats. Even if we've not got fishermen on them, at least then we have a fleet of 6 boats ready, you know, if we can take advantage of it. Because we are just not able to get on top of this food problem. I guess I'm probably going to hit a point where it's going to tip over. Ooh, this wheat's growing well. It's going to tip over and all of a sudden, you know, it's going to be super ready to collect. Do I have to, am I going to have to manually pick when to harvest this? That's something I hadn't considered. So we're now into August, which I guess is starting to head into harvest season. So maybe depending on, it grows so much, but once it hits a certain ripeness, they're expected to be harvested whether they're ready or not. So these are nearly ripe even though they've not fully grown. Maybe because these was a little bit late in planting this field, for example, it hasn't really grown all that tall, but it is ripening. Interesting. I don't know what to do, whether I click farm. Let's have a go. Oh, okay. Do I need a farm manager? Or are they just going to do it once it hits ripe? Yes, they just hit it once it hits ripeness. Because they're collecting all spare people by the looks of it. Because it's, wow. They wish to hire any idle hands can come and help help farm, but there aren't very many idle hands, that's the problem. Oh wow. That's going to take them a while, isn't it? Okay. Well, we've still got our 3 fishermen and our man building his boats. All of the spare people, there's 14 open jobs because everyone is now harvesting potatoes. I'm not sure how many potatoes this is going to produce. Quite a few baskets by the looks of it. These are all then going to have to be carried in. This should give us a good amount of food for the winter. Hopefully a surplus of food. We could maybe even trade some if we produce loads. Hopefully we don't go overly ripe. I'm not sure if there's a period when it no longer becomes possible to harvest because you run out of. So one thing I'm also thinking of is we need to offer potatoes and what is it, flour. Although we're going to have to mill the wheat first, but we'll add it all in. Potatoes and flour available at the market stall. How's his boat building going? Not very well. He's obviously having a rest, or he's heading to work now. Building his second boat, excellent, and then he'll go and collect more wood. The workers have started harvesting all the wheat, which is excellent. That seems like a pretty good place to wrap this video up. I think things have gone pretty well there. It's been a pretty hard summer with mostly with people with the food situation, but we managed to survive, and now we're harvesting. I think things should really start to pick up. I guess they're going to get all this stuff in, and then they can go and collect it or take it to the farm, and then labourers will be able to distribute it to the stalls or the camp storage as and when required. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thanks, guys. I shall see you on the next one.